Dragon Ball Minus sucks. I've been saying this for years, and many others have been saying it too, but there's been a recent wave of love for Dragon Ball Minus since the release of Dragon Ball Super Broly. You see, many people were introduced to Minus through its animated form in Dragon Ball Super Broly, and I'll admit, it looks gorgeous. In both the Japanese and English versions, the voice acting is top-notch, and the song Bardock Falls is a classic. But this is the equivalent of waking up on Christmas morning, seeing your beautiful red stocking, only to look inside and find coal. Lots of coal. I'll be breaking down exactly why Dragon Ball Minus sucks next. Hey guys, remember to give this video a like as it helps boost this video up into YouTube's algorithm. Also, if you're new and love Dragon Ball, I have some good news for you. This is a channel entirely dedicated to Dragon Ball that releases quality videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you'll definitely want to smash that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Let's get back to the video. Dragon Ball Minus is a bonus chapter to the home release of Akira Toriyama's Jocko the Galactic Patrolman. And I want to specify that first part because the entire purpose of Dragon Ball Minus is to help boost the sales of Jocko. They heavily promoted it with us finally getting the return of the fan favorite Bardock, and most importantly, the introduction of Goku's mother, Gine. Toriyama has already stated in previous interviews that he loves the original Bardock special. So his reason for making this isn't because he feels Bardock needs a proper story. In fact, the Bardock special is the only anime original story that Toriyama chose to incorporate into his own story. But this video isn't about the Bardock special. Others have discussed which story works better in the past. This video is about Minus and Minus only. The subtitle for Minus is The Departure of the Fated Child, and that's exactly what my biggest issue with this is. This whole story makes Goku seem way more special than he is, and it tells you right off the bat with the title. The Fated Child? Goku isn't supposed to be fated for anything. The only thing that you can argue he is fated for is failure. In almost every single circumstance, Goku's hard work has caused him to beat the odds time and time again. The Saiyan arc introduces us to the idea that Goku was born as trash and was sent to Earth only because he was trash. But through hard work, he was able to take down the Saiyan Elite and Vegeta, whose power came from birth and entitlement. Even before this, Goku fails over and over again, but works hard and finds a way to succeed. Minus's story, which I use in quotation marks, begins with Bardock and a friend beating up some other aliens. Bardock's friend says that all of the Saiyans were called to planet Vegeta immediately. Bardock becomes super suspicious of this because I don't really know. They actually don't give us any reason to know why Bardock would become suspicious, which adds to the idea of making Goku more special. Apparently, Frieza's men have been asking about a Super Saiyan. So we cut to Frieza's ship where he's talking about a Super Saiyan and a Super Saiyan God. Okay, I don't really need to explain why this is bad, but I'll do it anyway. Why is it that Frieza now fears a Super Saiyan and a Super Saiyan God, when we've never heard him know anything about a Super Saiyan God before? And yes, I know it's because he didn't exist when the original story was created. But all this line manages to do is hurt the original story. All we heard about was Super Saiyan, but no Super Saiyan God. Did Frieza just forget about it? And to make matters worse, there's no mention of him having any prior knowledge of a Super Saiyan God when he sees one with his own eyes. In Resurrection F, he fights Goku, and Goku explicitly says that he's tapped into a form that is a Super Saiyan God that has become a Super Saiyan. But we all know the real reason why they decided to name drop Super Saiyan God, right? It's pretty obvious, but in case you didn't realize, Battle of Gods had just come out, so it would only be logical to throw a reference to the new popular Dragon Ball Z movie in there. Obviously, Raditz and Vegeta's cameo serves the same purpose as the Super Saiyan God name drop and Gine's introduction. So back on planet Vegeta, Bardock comes home to embrace his one true love, Gine. Yuck. Again, let's make Goku more special than he already is by giving him parents who unconditionally love each other, something extremely rare for Saiyans. Speaking of Goku, he's been in an incubator for 3 years because 3 years wasn't enough time to fully develop. Wow. This is so incredibly stupid, and I'll explain why. If it takes 3 years for a Saiyan child to develop, then why on earth do we see half-breed Saiyans be like normal human babies at infant ages later on? In the original manga, we see Trunks as an infant, and yes, you could argue that since Trunks has more S cells that he would be developed a lot sooner, but there's no mention of this anywhere at all. Regardless, in Dragon Ball Super Broly, we see Vegeta in the same exact type of incubator, and he's supposed to be the elite of the elite. How about Broly, whose power surpassed the majority of Saiyan adults? I don't like to use this word lightly, but this is an actual plot hole. Now, some people will probably ask about Goku's age and if that's a plot hole, and to that I say, yes. Ignoring the anime's depictions of Goku's arrival on Earth, Roshi describes it to Goku that his grandfather found a baby in the woods with a tail. Not a child, a baby. And sure, you could argue that Raditz thinking of Kakarot and thinking of him as a baby doesn't really contradict this, but Roshi's statement does. When Toriyama wrote Jaco, he included Bulma in the story as a 5-year-old. So Goku being 3 and Bulma being 5 would match up perfectly with Toriyama making them 14 and 16, respectively in the first arc of Dragon Ball. Except he retconned it so that Goku was actually 12 in the very next arc. So this is an undeniable plot hole, not only on the part of Minus, but on the part of Jaco. Bardock tells Gine that he's going to steal a pod in the middle of the night and launch him to a different planet. Gine questions him because being an infiltration baby can be very dangerous. Bardock objects, saying it's for Kakarot's safety because he senses the presence of death. This contradicts everything we know about Saiyan children being sent off into space. If parents have the option to send their child to space, this again goes against what was previously established with low-class Saiyan children being sent off to worlds because they are trash. Gine says that it's not like Bardock to be worried about his kid, and he says it's all because of her. Wow, so special. They can't all leave together because they'll be detected with scouters. Bardock programmed Kakarot's pod for the planet Earth because it's the perfect place for him. God damn it, I hate this so much. Not only is Goku sent to Earth by design, he's sent to Earth specifically because of how good Earth is. I just can't do this. We have the original manga tell us that the Earth goes against everything that the Saiyan ideal is. That's why Vegeta is so against it at first, but when he opens up his mind, he becomes a changed man. Originally, Goku is trash sent to a trash planet to kill its trash people and turn it into gold. It makes Goku's story so much more interesting because he's the constant underdog and not supposed to be here in the first place. Goku getting to where he is because he defied what he was supposed to be and became the greatest martial artist in the history of the universe. Bardock tells him not to look at the full moon and Gine says she'll tell Raditz. They tell Kakarot to survive and send him off. Everything about Minus is an absolute mess. In my opinion, Dragon Ball's best story is the Saiyan arc. What makes the Saiyan arc great, in my opinion, is the fantastic themes that were introduced. The character of Goku is someone we've seen work so hard throughout the years in order to save the world and become its champion. We find out that Goku wasn't sent to this planet to save it though, he was sent to destroy it. All of the people who Goku was formed a bond with and fought to protect are supposed to be Goku's targets for destruction. And the only reason Goku is sent to Earth is because it's a trash planet and Goku is a trash person and do a trash job. But while Vegeta, the Saiyan elite, saw Goku and the Earth as trash, through hard work, trash could overcome an elite. This is the absolute foundation of Goku and Vegeta's relationship. The reason Vegeta always wants to surpass Kakarot is because he's born as an elite who shouldn't have to worry about a low class like Kakarot. But when Kakarot does surpass him through hard work, it drives him insane. It goes against everything he was brought up with and causes him to look deep into what his motives for getting stronger are, and he changes them. And sure, Goku is still a low class and Vegeta is still an elite, but Goku is the most lucky and special low class warrior we've ever seen. There is nobody else who is as lucky as Goku. His dad is the only Saiyan who was suspicious that Frieza was going to attack planet Vegeta and thought to send his kid off. And his mother was one of the few Saiyans with a kind heart who could change his father into even considering sparing his son. If you change either one of his parents, Goku does not end up on Earth. And why Bardock chose Earth was because it was safe for Kakarot, not because the Earth was a trash planet for the trash child to conquer. To put it simply, Dragon Ball Minus single-handedly destroys some of the best themes in Dragon Ball. Just to name drop Super Saiyan God, show us Kid Raditz, and introduce us to Goku's mother. And even in Dragon Ball Super Broly, it adds nothing to the story. You could literally take it out completely, and nothing would change about that story. The main narrative surrounds Vegeta and Broly. Goku has nothing to do with this. And I've seen people argue the point that Minus adds the theme of Goku thinking the Saiyans were bad people, but in reality, he had really good parents and they were the reason for him being where he is. Except the only time Goku really condemns the Saiyans is when he fights Frieza on Namek literally once. But does this even make that line better? Goku becomes what Frieza fears as the legendary Super Saiyan. He achieves this through hard work and suffering. When Frieza thinks he can just dismiss Goku as a savage like his other Saiyan people, Goku himself condemns the Saiyans as murderers. And in reality, he's right. The overwhelming majority of the Saiyans, including minus Bardock, are genocidal warmongers. I'm sure there are genocidal warmongers throughout the human history that would want to save their own kid. It doesn't make them good people. Even if Guinea is the exception there, I'd rather have Goku not care about his past and accept it, than him lingering about what if his mother were still alive. That is what we have What If Dragon Ball YouTubers for, by the way. This is called Dragon Ball Minus for a very good reason. It takes away far more than it adds. I hope you all enjoyed my breakdown of Dragon Ball Minus, and if you did, smash that like button and subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys so much for watching, and most importantly, have a great day.